I think one of the questions that Joel was asking, if we could go in and take a look again what's going on in Ukraine. I felt when I was Putin like it wasn't worth it. Like the bully is just, you think somebody's going to be an easy mark. You think you're just going to go and take their wallet. You think you're just going to take their purse. And instead of taking their purse, the victim beats the crap out of you. Their dog attacks you. The cat scratches you. And it's like eventually the bully says, this crap is just not worth it, and runs away. And that's how Ukraine feels. Do you really want to keep this misery going? You've killed over 200,000 of your own people. You want to keep coming at us? You had enough? That's how it feels. But let's take a look. Well, that's the secret recipe. The herbs and the Allegra together, man, works magic. All right, so yeah, come on, you got to be impressed by me. I read the cards before I show you the cards. Okay, karmic wheel is coming to an end. What's the karma? What's the karma? Taking the weapon away, the enemy flees because it can't be bothered. See what I did there? Oh, I'm just so good. You see the grid, right? And then it's physics, and then the cards fall based on the grid, right? A celebration, armistice. This is the armistice card, right? Or as Linda G likes to say, dancing in the streets, right? Paul Simon has a song about that. Armistice Day. Huge creative explosion happening in Europe after the war ends. Many soldiers died. Look at that 10 of swords. Damn. Major attacks by Ukrainians on Russian air defense and on their bases is happening in the next 72 hours, and I hate this crap, and will result in many Russian soldiers being killed. They're going to hit the direct hit on their base within the next 24 to 72 hours. I'll show it to you. Oh, gosh. They tried to run away. The Russians tried to run from the advance. I know we're taking Bakhmut and Zaporizhzhia right now. The West is, the Ukrainians. They didn't run fast enough. Oh, God, I hate these remotes. The Ukrainians. Channeling Archangel Michael, right? Head of the Ukrainian church. I mean, oof. Heavily armed. Michael comes with arms. The treasure trove with Michael. Oof. With Michael, the treasure trove, huge arms, comes Michael marching into war's victory. 6 of Wands. Can you see these cards? Look at his opposition. Look at the freaking opposition. The reckoning. The reckoning. Oof. It just goes from bad to worse. It just, in order to get back into G8, in order to have anything to do with the West, the new Russian administration is going to be taxed so badly that they will have to pay huge economic restitution to get back into anything that has to do with partnerships. this is the opposition. Pays restitution. I mean, you can read them. You don't even need me to be here. Star stands with Ukraine. A new beginning by this spring rebuild. Rebuild contract starting in the spring of 2024. Oh, I know why it takes so long. I mean, I'm in the remote. They want to demine Ukraine and get the dangerous crap out first. So what they'll do is they will do a cleanup, and that will go until spring. The cleanup of removing the toxins, removing the bombs, etc., the landmines. So they'll do a clearing once the Russians leave, and then after they give the all clear in April, they'll start the rebuild. In 6 months, we have victory here. Any questions about this? They're working in partnership, even with people that were once on Putin's side. I think China's going to get some cheap metal, cheap labor in there, because you can see this partnership moving in, the Two of Cups with the victory. And you can see Ukraine stands strong by spring of 2024. It's, I think it was over when I looked at the karma and the base card. Base card, it's over. Karma card 5 of swords. That was all we needed to know. I mean, it's cool to see the rest of it, to know that, because I don't know that stuff. I mean, I'm not a soldier, but when you go in as a remote viewer, they've got to clear that area. They've got to clear those mines before they allow civilians to come into certain areas. Also, some areas are toxic, so they've got to do that. And then once the military says it's okay, then they can go in and start redoing bridges, etc. Does that help? Pretty fun, huh? Pretty interesting. Pretty gruesome. I mean, I don't. I think Putin, basically what the remotes have said to Putin is pick a successor now before the power is taken away from you to do so. It doesn't surprise me that he purged Wagner and that they were arresting and holding Wagner people in Belarus 100 miles from the border, because we had already, they weren't going to do a partnership with Wagner. You can only have one top dog, right? China, what's up with China claiming Russian half of island? What? I just want to see China in general. I'll do a blitz on China. They're trying to create new trade route. Trade, global trade. It's all about trade. Two of Wands, you can see global trade and partnership, waiting for ships to come in. These are trade cards. Nine of Cups, getting their wish, slow, steady progress. It's just about opening roads of trade. It's always about that. I mean, I learned a lot by being a remote viewer, because my brain doesn't work like this. Like, I don't know, why can't we just come home because we don't have the all? I just don't think like this. So as a remote viewer, when I go in and see that stuff, like, oh yeah, that's right, they got landmines. Farmers can't go back to that area. You just, the whole lasso they did when they came over the eastern side, the brigadier general of the Ukraine, who we connected with, who told us that they were going to lasso them in so that they couldn't escape. Like, that's military stuff that we didn't know. It's kind of cool. I learned stuff by being a remote viewer. That isn't part of my own education. You know what I mean? And I love that. That's the thing I really love about being a remote viewer, is I love seeing other people's way of looking at the world, and I just love it so much. And what it teaches me about the other side of things,